This is another presentation by My Weight World. The truth about fad diets. It's not hard to notice that overweight and obesity are at record levels, not just in the United States, but all over the world. This is a consequence of less activity in our everyday lives, combined with increased consumption of high-calorie foods in larger portions than ever. Additionally, our focus on dieting and weight control often lead us to eat and think about food even more, along with giving us unrealistic and unhealthful ideas about eating and body weight. The amount of money spent on weight control and dieting is staggering. Between books, gadgets, medications, memberships to gyms, and medical procedures, this is an industry that makes many people a lot of money. In reality, weight management efforts should save you money instead. A trip to your local library in the food and diet section can show you the amazing number of diet plans and books written, even in just the past 20 years. Starting in the early 60s, diet programs really started to take off. This slide lists just a few that were quite popular. Many did have healthful and sound suggestions and helped people become aware of the importance of more healthful eating. However, many diets also were very difficult to live with for the long term. As you can see here, there were diets named for locations, foods, special meal replacement products, and of course celebrities and medical professionals. Diet medications entered the market, but then were found to be a health hazard. Early versions of surgical procedures for weight loss often resulted in significant medical complications. People had their jaws wired shut and had inflatable balloons placed in their stomachs to simulate fullness. Some tips are listed to keep in mind when evaluating a diet plan or book. Think about the credibility of the diet if you are told that you need to purchase special foods, supplements, or other items, unless these are under the direction of your personal physician, who has your health as the top priority. Also, keep in mind that weight loss and weight management can be hard work and take daily effort. Anytime you see or hear the words implying fast, easy, effortless, head in the other direction. Why are there so many different diet plans and diet books out there? Because most don't work in the long run. In fact, if people stay with a certain diet plan much over a month, that is quite impressive. Facts and statistics are often distorted, not to mention the real costs of the diet plans. Remember to read the fine print and be aware of any special foods, products, or supplements that are recommended. Additionally, special diets may also interfere with any health issues that you might be treated for. So always discuss diet plans with your physician, especially if you are diagnosed with diabetes, heart disease, elevated blood pressure, or kidney disease. Just to remind you how many fad diets there have been, here are some more to stir up some memories. Some actually have resurfaced in the past few years. Many times, some good helpful information is mixed in with quite misleading information, which can make not only consumers but medical professionals confused as well. Remember, anecdotes and testimonials do not replace real science and credible evidence. Scientific studies in credible medical and health publications are reviewed and often retested by other science and health professionals. It is very easy for even highly educated people to be misinformed and confused about nutrition and health information. Asking questions and checking the facts on any new health and nutrition plan is always important. Think of the research that we do before buying a new car, computer, or other large investment. Your health deserves the same attention. As uninteresting as it may be to many of us, energy, calories, which are supplied by the macro, calorie-providing nutrients in our diet, which include carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, need to be in balance with our activity and metabolic needs. Weight changes due to fat storage don't happen overnight. It is a culmination of daily choices that make the big difference over time. Recent popular diets have focused on protein. Many promise that you can eat unlimited amounts of protein foods which will not lead to weight gain. Often at first, weight loss occurs due to water loss and calorie restriction because of limited food choices. But over time, these weight changes are not significantly different than those from other diet programs. A convincing but untrue theory is often used with the high-protein diets. Actually, protein intake also stimulates insulin release as well, and carbohydrates are all lumped together in one category. Remember that an apple is about 90% water with very small calorie density, whereas the same weight of a high-calorie dense carbohydrate food, such as candy, cookies, or other sweets, which are very low in water content and relative nutritional value, are much higher in calories, as well as fat and often sodium. Insulin resistance is a real problem, however. In fact, those that are insulin resistant often have a very dangerous condition known as prediabetes, otherwise known as impaired glucose tolerance. We now know that prediabetes significantly raises our risk for heart disease and stroke, especially if high blood pressure is also present. The treatment is more activity and healthful approaches to weight loss, which decrease insulin resistance. Ketone buildup in the body may promote a variety of symptoms. For many, these are more than enough reasons to reconsider the severely carbohydrate-restricted diet. And many find that once carbohydrates are reintroduced, weight returns largely in part due to water weight changes. High-protein diets also often exclude foods that are rich in protective vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients. Many, not all, high-protein foods are also excessively high in saturated fats and cholesterol, which may elevate blood cholesterol levels. A high animal protein diet is also associated with the increased risk of cancers, bone disease, and digestive disorders. As we can see listed, healthful carbohydrate choices give us not only the important source of energy that our body and brain needs to get through the day, but many other vitally important nutrients to protect our body throughout our lifetime. With the increasing epidemics of disabling diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, among others, an adequate intake of healthful carbohydrates is like wearing your safety belt in your car or defensive driving. Lifelong healthy weight management does not have to be fixated on imbalanced or unrealistic diets. However, basic principles must be applied. What is in your mind is often much more important than what is on the food label. Are you ready to change habits? Are you losing weight for yourself instead of for other people or events? Are you discussing goals and health issues with your healthcare providers who are looking at you as a whole person, not a number on a scale? Remember, healthful weight management happens all year, regardless of traveling, holidays, and other special occasions. Being flexible and realistic is essential to success. Consider what may have been part of your life habits previous to weight loss attempts. Have you been at a sedentary job for a while? Eating mindlessly in front of TV or computer screens? Stressful events in your life? Genetics, health issues, and medications also play a part, as well as the effects of aging. In reality, there is not any difference between eating for good health and eating for weight loss. The secret is knowing yourself, your habits, and focusing on changes and health-enhancing habits. No matter how healthfully we eat, we are bound to gain weight unless we maintain activity in our life. That can be different for each one of us. Activities such as gardening, house cleaning, childcare can be just as effective as going to the gym. A variety of different activities promotes muscle strength, flexibility, and reduces stress hormones that can make us want to eat even more. Working in any kind of activity throughout the days can add up in the long run, like walking quickly past the candy jar on your coworker's desk. Remember, be realistic about what is right for you. Write down what you can change right now. Experiment and try a new place to exercise or a new fruit or vegetable once a week. Think ahead of time how to handle holidays and special occasions. Suggestion? Don't wear elastic waistbands. Use buttons and zippers. and keep track of your progress. A pedometer is one of the most convenient and effective ways to start. You have the freedom and power to make important changes for your lifelong health. Too many changes at once can be overwhelming, but just a few simple new choices to start with, and done consistently, like drinking 1 soda per day instead of 3, can add up to terrific improvements in your health over time. Enjoy the process. This has been another presentation by My Weight World.